Roman Reigns is back in the headlines for several reasons, so we'll see what's new with him. We'll also check out what's going on with Uncle Howdy, Damage Control, and more. Starting things off with the latest for Damage Control, because this is a group and narrative that has been up and down in recent months. You go back to last year, and Damage Control was loaded up and stacked with Iyo Sky, Bayley, Dakota Kai, Kairi Sane, and Asuka. But just a few months ago, Damage Control basically consisted of just Iyo Sky and Dakota Kai. And then when Dakota Kai was released, Damage Control was pretty much quietly and peacefully eliminated. But then, a few short weeks later, we were seeing the return of Kairi Sane, who was competing in her first match all year long. And when she came back, fans were wondering if they'll keep Iyo and Kairi Sane together on screen as a duo, and last representation of Damage Control. Kairi and Iyo did not interact right away, but finally on the June 2nd edition of Raw, we finally saw a big update to the friendship status of Kairi and Iyo. As Kairi was trying to battle Raquel Rodriguez and deal with the outside interference from Liv Morgan at the same time, Iyo Sky made her way down to the ring to balance out the odds for her former Damage Control member and make it a fair situation. And due to Iyo Sky coming down there and having Kairi Sane's back, Kairi was able to pin Raquel Rodriguez for the win. And that's absolutely a major deal because that means Kairi Sane has now pinned both tag team champions in back-to-back weeks, which pretty much means Kairi Sane potentially just booked herself a future tag team titles match since she now owns a pinfall victory over both Liv and Raquel. And who would be Kairi Sane's partner for the women's tag team titles match? Well, it'll obviously be her longtime friend and former Damage Control partner, Iyo Sky. Iyo Sky is the current women's world champion and a former multiple-time women's tag team champion herself. So talk about the absolute perfect partner, that's surely Iyo Sky. So it may not be a full-blown Damage Control revival, but at least it does seem like Iyo and Kairi will be continuing their friendship on screen, at least in the immediate future here. Some fans are discussing the story possibility of Kairi Sane betraying Iyo Sky after a failed attempt at them trying to win the tag team titles. Maybe Kairi Sane feels like she did all the work to earn the match, beating both champions in separate matches, but maybe Iyo screws up in the title match and Kairi Sane is just not having it. Although that does sound like an interesting idea to see Iyo go up against a heel version of her best friend, the only thing that makes this story seem a bit impossible at the moment is the fact that it would literally be a copy and paste story between Becky and Lyra. Becky and Lyra went after the tag team titles, but after Lyra screwed everything up, Becky turned on her. So literally the same exact story and idea, so that's what makes it seem like they'll probably won't go that exact route because we literally just saw it go down between Becky and Lyra. However, they are sort of redoing the Dominic and Liv story over again with Roxanne, so maybe they don't mind repeating stories. It's hard to tell, but either way, that's something that a lot of fans are excited for. They want to see Iyo Sky defend her title and go up against her former Damage Control members. Maybe Kairi Sane turns heel and goes after Iyo. Also can't forget that Asuka is still looming out there as well. Could Asuka's return look like an ally, but then turn her back on Iyo Sky as well? Lots of possibilities there that fans will stay on high alert over. It's been a heartbreaking week of losses for the WWE locker room and fandom. It all started when R-Truth announced his release to the world. And that really set the tone that no one was safe. Literally everyone was a possibility to get released after R-Truth made that reveal. It was later confirmed when Carlito was let go from the company as well. And a few days after that, Sarah Logan was let go. Everyone wants to know what's going on and what's the purpose of these releases. And the simple answer from reports is budget cuts. It appears that they're trying to save some funds in every area and any way that they can. So R-Truth may be a legend and one of the most entertaining superstars of all time, but it looks like their mentality is that he's 53 years old, and they honestly are not going to use him consistently in major programs going forward, so they cut him and chose not to renew his deal. Similar idea for Carlito. He was brought back a few years ago, but in recent months, his only role in the company was pretty much a background supporting character in the Judgment Day that would drop one-liners during backstage segments. So maybe they figured that there was no big plans on the horizon at all with Carlito either. And now, there's word making its way around that another batch of releases may be on the way in the very near future. Fans are currently observing some weird behavior from superstars online, such as The Miz, who unfollowed WWE on Twitter and removed all mentions of WWE in his bio that were previously there for many years. So a lot of weird things appear to be going on. It was also reported that not even Roman Reigns is truly protected from the releases and budget cuts. And it appears that TKO's main goal is to eliminate anything that's cutting deeply into the budget. And if that's the case, Roman Reigns is exactly that. Roman has one of the largest contracts in the company, yet you rarely even see him in the ring anymore. Roman wrestled 52 matches in 2022. That number drastically dropped in 2023 to 11, and then dropped to 6 matches in 2024, 2 of them which were WrestleMania 40, and he's up to 3 right now in 2025. So he's no doubt your biggest superstar, but he's also the biggest contract for maybe just 5 matches a year if you're lucky. So there's a lot of conversation going around there that Roman's deal may even need to be looked at and reworked, considering his pay versus his workload a year. It's a very scary time where no contract is safe, and word continues to go around about more cuts happening, so we'll see how that continues to go. There was a very interesting fan theory going around right now for Uncle Howdy and the Wyatt Sicks that would have to take place at SummerSlam. Back in 2024, the Wyatt Sicks missed SummerSlam. This was impossible to do last year, but in 2025, fans are once again building up hope for this fan theory, and it involves a special tribute to The Fiend at SummerSlam. SummerSlam is the anniversary event of where the Fiend Bray Wyatt walked down the ramp and was seen for the very first time. After years of the character being developed by Bray Wyatt and weeks of teases built up to that event, SummerSlam 2019 is where the Fiend's reign officially started. So fans have been discussing the idea of Uncle Howdy paying tribute to The Fiend at SummerSlam 2025 if Howdy himself makes it onto the card this time around. And it obviously won't consist of Bo Dallas literally portraying the Fiend character itself, but just some type of visual-only tribute. Maybe it's the mask, maybe it's a similar styled ring gear, but just something for Uncle Howdy to showcase and celebrate the Fiend's character on the same exact stage that he first appeared at. It's a fan theory that's picking up momentum, so hopefully a SummerSlam Fiend tribute is something that's a possibility for them to bring to life. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.